Hello everybody, this is the next game of Kirby's Adventure. I'm sorry there is no audio because for this let's play I had to use another recording Cam Studio, and I still don't know very well how to use it, so yeah, you're just gonna have to hear my voice instead of music. So yeah, that's very sad, but yeah. And also looks a bit of frame rate, but I mean, that's just the recording. Yeah, and yeah, I am sorry for those things, but yeah, this is Kirby's Adventure. This is the start of the next Kirby Let's Play, and this uh, this has the remake Nightmare Dreamland for the Game Boy Advance, which I've played to death and I still play to death. And yeah, since I know that game by heart, so by default I know the original, this one by heart. But it's actually the first time I'm playing the entire game. And down here, there's a secret. Just go down here. In the Nightmare Dreamland remake, it's a lot easier to see because you can barely tell this one there. Yeah. So yeah, but like that, you can see that I know this one by heart. So in this game, there's a second Kirby game for the NES. The first one was in the Game Boy. This for the NES. And here they introduce Kirby's copy abilities. And yeah, here I die because, crappy controls. Not the NES controls, the emulator controls, because I do have to play some emulators. Yeah. So that's the maximum tomato. I used to think it's a pumpkin, but it's a tomato. When I was a kid, I was like, get the pumpkin. It's a maximum tomato. It basically restores all of your health. That's what it does. And yeah, here, there are a couple of minor differences than in the remake. Yeah, and that thing is that there you have to press A right at the bottom, so it takes you to the highest up. And here we unlock the next level and a mini game, Crane Fever. Here you have this. They changed the mini games in the remake. So yeah, here you have to grab the Kirby's to get one-ups. The small Kirby gives you one up, and the big Kirby gives you two one-ups. Yeah, the small ones very easy to get. If you get two small ones, which is very easy, you can get two one-ups. But you should go for a small one and a big one. But big one's hard to get. You can see here that he's like barely holding on, and then he falls off. You have to get the big one dead center to get it. Yeah, I get one tiny one, so I get one up, one up, whatever. Yeah, so I did, and then it blocks. You can get them. You can open them again by turning off your console and then turning it back on. But when you do that, you also lose all of the one-ups you have. So that's very pointless unless you have like negative one-ups. But that's not a problem. Yeah, this is the cut ability. This is my favorite ability in Nightmare Dreamland and in this game. But I haven't played through the game entirely. Warp Star. This takes you to the next place. Yeah, yeah, I know this game by heart. I can find all the secrets in one run, and I beat it. When I was a kid, I used to play through the entire game. They pretty much, yeah, daily. I used to beat the game day in a daily basis, and this is the crash ability. So yeah, that's why I know this game so much. The crash ability just wipes out everything on screen, kind of like the mic in the original Kirby game. Here's the flame ability, which is basically Kirby turns into a dragon. Yeah. So I love the remake of this game, and therefore I think this game is this game and the remake are probably my favorite Kirby games of all time. And those enemies, the ones that run on top of apples, you should they you should suck them up when while you're jumping. Oh, here's another secret which has a one up inside. You need to you should suck them when you're jumping while you're jumping, so they leave the apple behind. That's important. I don't know why I came in back in here, And it's important. That's gonna be important in the future. Well, it doesn't matter if you do it now, but it matters in the future because there are gonna be some that are, instead of running on apples, they're gonna be running on maximum tomatoes, and yeah. And here I get to the top. And when you get to the top, you start doing a full dance pretty with wonderful music. And I'm sorry again, but yeah, no music. Sorry about that. Okay, so here level 3. I believe there are 5 levels in 5 levels. Yeah, and the thing that happened there is I'm gonna die a couple of times here because something that drove me off really bad is that in the future Kirby games, you can run on one. If there's like a 1 block long hole, if you're running, you can just walk over it. But in this game, you can't. So yeah, that led me to a couple of deaths. Yeah, here I catch on that. So what happened, and I start jumping out of them. Yeah. So this game is a huge step up from the original Kirby game because in the original there were no capabilities, and yeah, Kirby ba- was pretty much joining his bare hands, well, actually his bare mouth. But you know what I mean. Here's the fireball, which I think changes its name to Comet or something like that. Which basically you turn into a meteor and you just launch yourself forward. Yeah. In Diamond Dreamland, I always remember this part. Actually I remember the entire game, but when I get to this part, I'm always like, it's this part again. Yes. I don't know why. Oh, in this screen, because in Diamond Dreamland, when you beat the game in extra, you can play with Meta Knight. And yeah, in this screen, at first when I was a kid, I always died because Meta Knight only has 3 lives. And as a kid, I always died trying to get that maximum tomato for some reason. Yeah, and in Diamond Dreamland, something that I noticed right away is where that flying enemy was that I sucked up twice. There is another fire guy in that place. On here, I unlock the next room, the next level, and this museum. Here they are like statues of enemies. They're actually living enemies, but they're supposed to be statues, I think. You can grab them, or you can just walk into them and kill them. Yeah, because they're statues, not enemies. Whatever. They're actually just enemies that don't move or attack you or get you hurt. But here's a mini boss, like the bomb guy, but there's an ice guy. He'll just like turn around, grab ice and throw them at you. You can also suck up the ice and throw it back at him. Yeah, and here I get Ice Kirby, which changes color to blue or white blue, whatever it is. I think it's blue. Yeah, probably like a light blue. Yeah, the episode's ending. And what was I saying? Um, oh yeah, when I was a kid, I always thought he was like taking since when he turned around you could see his butt. I always thought he was taking ice. He was like pooping ice. I don't know. Yeah, disturbing fact. Here's the tower. There's another place where there's another section that I always remember. When I get to it, I always go like yes. But I don't know why. There are a couple of things that are like, are a couple of sections in the games that are like charming to the. Oh, and in the here's Meta Knight that gives you a lollipop, an invincibility lollipop. In Nightmare in Dreamland, I'm gonna compare this game to Nightmare in Dreamland a lot because the Nightmare in Dreamland is a remake that I've played to death. And yeah, in Nightmare in Dreamland, the Meta Knight doesn't show up and to throw the lollipop at you. The lollipop's just there. Yeah, that also caught my eye. So yeah. So here we unlock the boss. And yeah, 4 rooms. And this boss was also the first boss in the original Kirby game. This boss is gonna be the first boss in a lot of games, or something. Or there are also a couple of games that have something similar in them. Like, hey, spoiler alert, Amazing Mirror's first boss is a tower that's exactly the same as this boss. Well, practically the same thing, but it's a tower instead of the tree. And we beat it. We get the first piece of the wand and levels over, because there is a short story in this game. And yeah, so I'll see you next time. We'll be tackling Ice Cream Island. This has been Pascual 133 Winnable, and I'll get you a new nickname, whatever. Bye.